Welcome back to Thrifty Whiskey. I'm Josh.
I'm John.
And I'm Eric.
And Joyce is going to tell you what's in the glass.
Today you are drinking Wild Turkey 101. Wild Turkey 101 is a Kentucky straight bourbon from the Wild Turkey Distillery. It is the next step from the regular Wild Turkey offering, increasing from 81 proof points to 101, giving it its name. The mash bill for Wild Turkey is reportedly 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% malted barley. This bottle was priced at around $25. As always, your prices may vary. Enjoy!
Thanks, Joyce. Let's dive in and see what we think. Definitely getting oak.
I'm getting oak. I'm getting like an earthy, not like dirt, but like a little bit of like a musty note.
Dusty, musty,
Yeah.
moldy, kind of.
Not mold.
I'm getting a slight cherry note.
A little dryness to it.
Yeah, it definitely smells dry. Yeah, the only fruit I'm getting is like a cherry note. I'm going for taste. Ooh, spicy.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's there.
Yeah, a lot of spice.
Yeah. It stays there. Dries me out, but it is a little oily, which is kind of... You wouldn't think those two would go together, but that spice is just sticking.
You think it's a rye spice? Is that what you said?
Maybe.
I think it's maybe more of a barrel spice.
Man, that's dry.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very dry. Which I definitely associate dry with the oak.
Yeah.
I'm not finding like a bitter, tannic aftertaste. So it's just like a lot of baking spices and dryness. Adding the water brought out a little more sweet notes. In the
Yeah.
nose.
This is the first one in a long while that I've been like, the water actually solidly changed / improved. I'm not sure it's improved, but definitely changed. Brought out some new notes.
On the nose, I think I might say improved on the nose. Or maybe just easier to navigate.
Yeah, this like you said, the sweet notes kind of, the caramel, those typical vanilla ones kind of came out a little bit more with the water.
On the palate, I feel like the water like tempered that spice, so the other notes could come out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was kind of hoping for.
But the spices are still there, more across the palate.
Yeah, it's more spread out. It's not just kind of like sharply right down the middle, which makes me think that this spice has a lot more to do with proof rather than mash bill because the water did that.
Yeah,
So you're thinking higher proof?
that makes sense.
Yeah. Unless
feel
someone likes the spice, I probably wouldn't blind them with it. I would be very upfront of like, hey, let's try this because this has way more of a spice kick or a proof kick than typical.
Start out with something, figure out what they like from that whiskey, and then maybe, depending on what they said, maybe move them to this.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't start out with this. This would kill anything else for the rest of the...
Yeah.
It's like, that's why when you do verticals, you do load of high proof. You don't start with the high stuff because then everything else tastes like water.
I think I'm ready for ratings, if you guys are.
I believe I am.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 3 on the nose. It wasn't unpleasant. There were definitely notes there. I wasn't getting a whole lot, though. It wasn't super complex. So I'm just going to go 3, kind of like down towards the middle. The palate, I'm going to go 4. Those were really good spice notes. And then adding the water did meld them out and let us explore a little more. But I will say that I think that the only notes on here are spice. And so if you don't like spicy whiskeys, you're probably not going to enjoy this. And finish, I didn't have to pay attention to this finish as much as I probably should have. But it was there. I think the first sip had a little bit of Kentucky hug. Not a whole lot. As we said, it did linger. We did say that. I'm going to give that a 3.5.
I'm going to go 4 on the nose. I very much enjoyed this nose. I liked it better with the water because I think that mellowed it out a little bit. I do agree with you that most of the notes the whole way through were that spice. With the water, it mellowed it out and brought a little bit of a mild sweetness as like a secondary note. So I'm going to give it a 4 on the nose. I'm going to give it a 4 on the palate for the same reasons. I actually really enjoyed this palate. I was kind of tempted to go 4.5, but I'm going 4. And then on the finish, I'm going to give it a 3. It was what I expected. It brought nothing special in the finish.
For me, the nose was a 3. It was there. It was noticeable. I agree with you. I enjoyed it way much. I enjoyed it more with the water added to it. I thought a lot more notes came out with that. Palate, I'm going to stick with a 3 as well. I'm not crazy about some of the spicier ones, but I've had ones that I most definitely don't like. I'm going to drop down to a 2 at the finish. I'm not a big fan of the dry ones, especially when they completely dry you out. Right, it's just, that's not enjoyable for me.
All right, so we're going to guesses then. We want to know what type of whiskey we think this is, what the proof is, what we think retail is, and then how much we're willing to pay for it. I think this is a bourbon. I'm going to go 90 proof. I think this retails for 20, and I would probably willing to pay $20.
I also believe this is a bourbon. I think it's 86 proof, though. I'm going to say it probably retails for 22. I would probably pay 20 to 22.
I don't think this is a bourbon. I didn't get enough of typical bourbon notes from this one. The rye really, the spice, not the rye, the spice really stuck out. I think this is definitely an American whiskey. Proof, I'm going to go 90. Retail, I'd go for 24. I probably would pay 20.
I'm going to grab the notes. We're going to reveal what price this is, and then you two can decide, is that a
Haas, a Dantan, or throw it out.
This bottle costs $25.
Okay.
I think we're all right.
Dantan.
Yeah, I'm also going to go downtown.
Mainly because I feel like it's very polarizing with the rye.
Okay.
Or that spice. I keep saying
Spice.
rye. The rye kick and throughout that.
I just don't know that I want a whole bottle of it. That's my thing. Like, I would want it on occasion, but not a whole bottle.
Sure. I know for a fact that you've had this before.
Oh, okay.
So today we drank Wild Turkey 101.
I was going to go with 100 proof, but I thought that was being... Yep, okay. I stick by Downtown. As I found out from one of the more recent advent calendars, I actually am not a turkey fan. Except Russell's. I do love Russell's. Yeah, I find that they have a lot more of that spicier note that I would typically like. Yeah, I accept that.
So this is a Wild Turkey 101 Kentucky straight bourbon. It is 101 proof, which is where the 101 comes from. There's no age statement on the bottle, but it's said to be comprised of 6, 7, and 8-year-old bourbons. I don't have a price we paid because this was a gift from my brother-in-law, but the general price is about $25. For ratings from other sites, though, Distiller gives us an 82, Whiskey Advocate an 86, and Wine Enthusiast an 91. And then tasting notes from around the webs. The most common notes are vanilla, toffee, caramel, spice, sweet, oak, and butterscotch on the nose. Palate, vanilla, spice, caramel, sweet, cinnamon, citrus. And then finish, spice, oak, sweet, dry, pepper, fruit, caramel, and a medium long finish.
I don't hate those. I don't disagree with any of them too much.
So those are like the most common ones. And there were a lot of notes out there because this is a really popular bottle. If you're looking for this bottle, that you might be looking for a different design. They recently rebranded their bottles, so now it's just a small strip that says Wild Turkey 101 with an embossed turkey on it. Looks really snazzy. Yeah, I thought this bottle looked nice too, but the new bottle looks really nice. So this is really popular in the whiskey community. A lot of people put this on their, like, if you look at almost any best of under 30 list, this is like right up there as like everyone's top favorite.
I always get a lot of flack for this because I'm just not a turkey fan. That, as I found out from a blind of all turkey products, but I do know this, and this is it's on a lot of shelves.
Yeah,
it's on a lot of shelves.
Actually,
Yeah.
I think I had this last weekend. I think about it. I think I went to a bar and I had this was like the best thing they had, and that's what I grabbed.
So you got it downtown? I mean, not. You were in Ohio, so obviously not.
It was downtown Ohio, just not downtown Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I think I would also agree though that this is a solid downtown bourbon. Like if you're looking, if you're just like going to a bar, pick this up. That's fine.
I mean, if you got a decent budget, this could bump up to the house if that's kind of if you're just kind of like, I'm going to buy all the things. But
Yeah.
And I think
I like the downtown.
I think it's a good cocktail mixer. I think
I use it a lot, yes.
I absolutely agree that this would be a good cocktail.
high proof, high spice notes. It's going to come out in a cocktail.
It's not going to get smothered by whatever else is in the cocktail. Yeah.
All right, well, that's all I have to say about this whiskey. If you have any comments or any things you want to say about this, go ahead and leave them down below. And until next time, may the winds of fortune sail you.
May you sail a gentle sea.
May it always be the other guy who says,
This drink's on me.